Hi friends, this is Krish, the Urban Naxal. Friends, I want to draw your attention to the kind of things that some companies do to silence their critics. They file defamation cases against people who criticize them, including their customers. One such company whom I am going to criticize and ridicule. I'm going to ridicule this company, I'm going to shame this company because what they have done is shameful and ridiculous. BSH Household Appliances Manufacturing Pvt Limited, which is a subsidiary company of Bosch and Siemens. Bosch and Siemens are well known for household appliances, engineering goods, etc. This company, which is a subsidiary, Bosch BSH Household Appliances Manufacturing Pvt Limited, an India-based company, has filed a defamation suit against a mother and son. Reena Kalra, son's name is Suchir Kalra. They are Delhi-based. The company filed this defamation case because Suchir and Reena Kalra had a dispute or are having a dispute, currently having a dispute with the company regarding the parts replacement and servicing of their dishwasher. They are having a dispute and I am not going to go into the merits of that dispute. What reasonable actions can one expect an agitated customer to perform? Is it necessary that an agitated customer should only go to consumer court? Not necessary. Is it necessary that an agitated customer should only confine himself to back and forth emails and phone calls with the company with which he is having a dispute? Definitely not necessary. What else can he do? They go on Twitter, they go on LinkedIn, they will tweet about their grievance, they will tweet about their anger. And this is precisely what Suchir Kalra and his mother Reena Kalra did. They tweeted. What else will an agitated customer do? They will write to higher ups. They will escalate the matter. What is escalating the matter? Reena Kalra and Suchir Kalra escalated it to the parent company. Because of that, BSH Household Appliances Manufacturing Pvt Limited not only wrote a threatening legal notice to them, but it went further and it actually filed a defamation case against them in Delhi High Court. Suchir Kalra and his mother Reena also filed a case. First, they filed a case in a consumer court. Now, I am not getting into the merits whether their consumer case has substance or not. Is it a good case or a bad case or a defective case, or is there more merit on the side of the company? I'm not getting into that, and it doesn't matter. And for the sake of the argument, I will even assume, I'm willing to assume that Suchir Kalra and Reena Kalra are totally wrong. Let us assume it. Let us assume for a moment that their grievance is without merit. Do they have the right to criticize when they are in dispute with that company? Your product is a faulty product. That's what they say. Your service is a bad service. It's a poor service. It is not as per advertising claims. That is what they allege. Your part replacement is poor. Your part replacement policy is faulty. Your part which you replaced does not work. The machine does not work, etc., etc. These are the things that they allege. These are the things that they are agitated about. These are the things that came out on Twitter. And what does the company do? This company, BSH Household Limited, I'll call it Bosch India just for sake of brevity, or Bosch Household Appliances. This company goes and straight up files a defamation case. That is what I am going to, quite frankly, ridicule. And if it comes to that question, am I entitled to ridicule them? I would love it if they try to put that to the test. Am I entitled to ridicule them? Am I entitled to shame them? Am I entitled to call their actions into question? Am I entitled to make this video, or is this also defamation? I would be very interested. It's very interesting to me whether this is defamation or not. This legal notice says, the subject is legal notice with respect to defamatory and libelous acts committed by you, the addressees, against our client. The present notice is being issued in view of the illegal and criminal acts committed by you, the addressees, against our clients, including publishing multiple false, misleading, defamatory and intimidatory material. So a customer, one of presumably millions of customers, is intimidating this company, BSH Household Appliances, is being intimidated. So how are they intimidating? Is it with guns? No. With knives? No. Did they send Dawood Ibrahim and Chota Shakil to the office of BSH? No. What did they do? Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Emails and tweet. They emailed and they tweeted. That's what they did. So defamatory and intimidatory material, including tweets and emails against our clients, with the intent of bringing disrepute to our client and defaming, maligning and disparaging the trade names of our clients. Our client is an Indian subsidiary of the widely known, highly regarded and hugely successful BSH Hausgerät GmbH. BSH Germany has various subsidiaries in various parts of the world, BSH groups. BSH Group has grown from a German exporter into one of the world's leading home appliances manufacturers, which produces the entire range of modern home appliances at 40 factories worldwide. The trade names, including Siemens and Bosch, signify excellent workmanship, sublime quality and functioning, and supreme post-sales service. The BSH Group enjoys excellent goodwill and outstanding reputation across the globe, cutting across all nationalities, regional and cultural boundaries. So they're really big, they're really, really, really big. All over the world, there will be millions of people who own household appliances made by this very illustrious BSH Group. Suchir Kalra and his mother are now receiving a legal notice from a tentacle. This is the Indian tentacle of the gigantic octopus spread all over the world and manufacturing at 40 factories worldwide and marketing to possibly every country on the globe. This gigantic octopus feels that Suchir Kalra and his mother have erred and must not criticize Siemens and Bosch and BSH, this company. Our client is known for manufacturing and selling a range of premium products and enjoys an excellent brand personality. Wow, brand personality. This you can see a manifestation of their brand personality right here. What is their personality? Their personality, if I may say so, is that of a bully. Their personality is like, don't question me or else I'm going to beat you up. I'm going to drag you to court. You are a middle class normal person. But if you tweet, if you write emails, if you talk about our dispute outside so that other customers know about it, I'm going to beat you up in court. I'm going to drag you to court using my amazing legal team. I'm going to use the court to silence you. That is the brand personality of Siemens and Bosch, and that's what I am saying. Suchir Kalra isn't saying this. Reena Kalra isn't saying this. Krishna Raj Rao is saying this. And if you think you can sue me for this, please go ahead. The brands of our clients stand for high quality lifestyle, imagination-led innovation, hopes, dreams and aspirations, and power to the people through technology. Power to the people. Very interesting. Power to the people through technology. But they have no power to speak about their dispute, about their grievance with the company. The product of our client redefines simplicity and are aimed at removing complexity from people's lives and the daily activities of a household, ensuring people-driven product design with a strong connection to its customers. Given the upscale customers and clientele of our client, there is a sense of community. Wow. You know what? Sense of community. Samaj. Samaj mein hamari pratishtha. It sounds like one of those Amitabh Bachchan movies. There's a sense of community that the owners of the product of our client experience. Okay, so the owners of the products of Bosch and Siemens experience a sense of community. a sense of community. Is this a fucking cult? Is this supposed to be a fucking cult? A global cult? Where you can't speak against the supreme leader? You, the addressees, so they are supposed to be part of the community, okay? They are supposed to behave like they are part of a community and therefore not speak out. Evidently, I guess that's the argument being made. You, the addressees, are well aware of the impeccable reputation and high regard associated with our client. In fact, through various emails and communications, you, the addressees, have admitted that owning to the superior quality of the goods of our client, your family has remained loyal customers of the brand that our client stands for. In fact, you, the addressees, have also mentioned that the relationship of your family with our client and the goods, the product being sold by our clients, dates back to late 1900s. So these people must have written, we are long-standing clients, we are old clients, we have owned your products, Bosch and Siemens products since 1930s or 40s or whatever. They must have written that, yes. So now they are saying that's because of our superior quality. Admittedly, the superior quality of the product and service provided by our client have retained you, the addressees, as loyal customers. See, you are our loyal customers. Right. In that case, Siemens and Bosch is now suing its loyal customers. And then they are saying, therefore, by your own admission, as per your own admission, the reputation and stature of our client is towering, impeccable, and one that attracts loyal customers repeatedly over years, decades, and generations. I must hand it to Kocher and company here. They are really shooting themselves and they are shooting their client in the foot. This argument is such a shitty argument, such an idiotic argument, that because you have a stature, because Siemens has a stature and Bosch has a stature, and because are these guys assuming that one must keep quiet, that one must not speak out about them, that one must not speak out about faulty quality, or I won't even say faulty quality, let us assume that the Kalras are wrong in saying faulty quality. But does it mean they cannot tweet? Does it mean they cannot write emails? Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. In spite of having availed the exemplary products and services of our clients over decades, you, the addressees, willfully and deliberately committed illegal acts. Illegal? Are you fucking kidding me? Illegal? Committed illegal acts to malign the reputation of our client and its trade names. Boss, the fact that you have a trade name, Siemens, Bosch. Oh, you know how the trade name is built up? I'll tell you how the trade name is built up. It's built up through advertisement. It's built up through perception management. And a public perception is built up that they must be superior. And their service is impeccable and their goods are fantastic, great quality, premium, blah, blah, blah. Is it necessarily the truth? Are they saying they make millions of dishwashers or other appliances and all of them are 100% perfect and none of them are bad? You don't have bad goods at all. Millions of service providing agents and, are you saying that it never goes wrong? That's ridiculous. It cannot be. It's statistically not possible. Are you saying that you cannot go wrong in terms of providing service? Are you saying your actions are beyond criticism, beyond the domain of criticism? Are you claiming some kind of godlike status? An ordinary dishwasher owning customer enters into a dispute with you. Are you going to use the might of High Court and Supreme Court to silence them? It's called bullying. In the real world, these kind of tactics are called bullying. This is bullying tactics. This is using your muscle power against someone who is not strong enough. Now let's see what their factual matrix is according to this company. Factual matrix. On July 5, 2020, you, the addressees, approached our clients via web form on the website of Siemens Home Appliances and requested for service of one imported Siemens dishwasher, model number this is now referred to as the product. You, the addressees, claimed that the product was bought in Abu Dhabi in the year 2004, which was used there and later brought to India. Admittedly, you, the addressees, use the product for as long as 16 years without glitches or difficulties or without requiring any servicing. In fact, the addressees in an email to our client have acknowledged that you, the addressees, have used the product seamlessly. Not a problem. It kind of proves that these people, the Kalras, were fair to them and gave them appreciation where appreciation was due. After continued reminders, you, the addressees, on July 22, 2020, okay, after about 17 days, finally issued an email providing your contact details and describing the issue with the product as water inlet valve is not in a working condition as it is not taking in water. However, you, the addressees, failed to provide the invoice of the product. Now, this is highly stupid. After 16 years, are they expecting that the customers will have the invoice? Pursuant to your email dated July 22, our client registered the service request of you, the addressees, and agreed to provide its services out of good faith. Oh, is it? Okay, out of good faith. And in line with its spirit of providing excellent service. Like, are you doing it free, by the way? I don't think so. It's a commercial proposition for you. That's what your company is there for. Stop trying to make it look like it was an act of a good Samaritan. It was not. It is pertinent to note that the client agreed to provide you its services despite the fact that the addressees did not provide the invoice or any other document establishing actual purchase of the product. Okay, so are you going to refuse? Now this raises a question actually. Is Bosch Siemens refusing to provide service unless and until you are able to tell them the invoice, show them the invoice? Is it not sufficient? We give you a snapshot of the product or the model number of the product and we are willing to pay for the service. Is it not sufficient? Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Thereafter, the addressees demanded that the servicing, including replacement of spare parts, if any, should be completed in a single visit. Oh, by the way, this was during COVID, okay? The service technician of our client explained that it is only upon a visit that the technician is able to physically inspect the product, which is necessary to resolve the issue and ensure proper service. However, given your persistent request for entire service being completed in one visit, the concerned service technician of our client agreed to try and understand the issue and diagnose the problem over a phone and a video call as per instructions of you, the addressees, to the absolute shock and dismay of our client. Now this is very interesting, okay? I'm really trying to visualize this. You have this company, big ass company. It is subsidiary of a global conglomerate, Siemens and Bosch. It has many directors, Arya Kunal Chachad, Mohammad Saifuddin Khan. There is Satyanarayanan Vishwanathan, Rakesh Rameshbhai Desai. These guys, they panicked. Okay, just listen to this now. To the absolute shock and dismay of our client. Now, who is the client? It's a company. All these people are its directors. The company and its directors are absolutely shocked and dismayed. I'm trying to visualize this whole bunch of people, these four guys sitting in the boardroom. Their mouth open, their jaw dropped. Absolute shock, dismay. And the secretary cancelled all the appointments of the directors and said, "Sir will not take any calls today. Sir is not meeting anybody today. Sir has gone into shock." 4 directors, all of them in shock. Because that's very interesting, because I would love it if customers can give this kind of shock and dismay to boardrooms. So to the absolute shock and dismay of our client, the addressees, on July 23rd, 2020, one day later, even before a visit by the technician of our client for service of the product, issued an email to BSH Germany. And they wrote to BSH Germany containing defamatory imputations and false accusations against our client, who BSH Household Appliances in India, Private Limited. So it's like, Papa ko tune kyun bola? Why did you complain to my daddy? Now I'm going to sue you for defamation because you complained to my daddy. So let me say, Arya Kunal Chachad, Mohammad Saifullah Khan, Satyanarayan Vishwanathan, and Rakesh Rameshbhai Desai completely flipped out because these people wrote to daddy, and daddy doesn't have faith in them, by the way. Daddy is a German daddy. So daddy is going to whoop the ass of their Indian kids. Okay, German daddy, I can just imagine German daddy taking off his belt and just giving them the ass whooping of their lives, and you got shrieking and screams of pain from the boardroom. Is that what happened? Like, these guys were scared that on July 23rd, their customer wrote an email to BSH Germany containing defamatory imputations and false accusations against our client, to the effect that the service of our client was not satisfactory, without even letting the technician of our client visit and provide any service to you, the addressees. Let's assume it. They did that. Let us assume it. They straight up, without giving these guys a chance to provide service, they wrote a complaint to the parent company, and these guys what? Panicked? Ran helter-skelter in the boardroom? Or did they hide? Did they hide from the German daddy coming with his belt? So muttering something like dark and sounding like, I don't know, Hitler wanting to send the Indians to the fucking gas chambers. So an extremely disparaging email insinuating that the service provided by the client is not of high standards as provided in other countries. By doing so, you, the addressees, lowered the reputation of our client in the eyes of its parent companies and other global entities in the BSH group. And then what is the offending part of the email? Let's read the offending part of the email because it's very interesting. So they quote, "In contrast," this is what Kalra is writing, "In contrast, my recent experience has been different. It has been unlike the Siemens I have known it to be in Germany, UK, and my past encounters in India, which has been only once. Siemens product rarely need any service. As per the diagnosis I have performed, the water inlet valve capacitor is damaged. And due to the recent COVID situation and high rises of cases in India, I requested the service engineer to bring the spare parts along to reduce the number of visits. However, to my surprise, he denied and updated me that this might require up to 3 visits as they don't have spare parts in stock. I have been shell-shocked by this response because multiple visits is risky for both the customer, the engineer, and other people part of the Siemens community. I think that's pretty reasonable. In COVID, you want to minimize the number of visits. And remember, at the time of COVID, people were dying in huge numbers. So, if a customer writes saying that I demand that you bring the water inlet part, which you are going to replace, so that we don't have frequent visits, isn't that a sensible thing? And frequent visits endangers us. You can catch an infection from the engineer. Another part of the Siemens community, this guy goes to another household and spreads COVID from there too. I mean, that's entirely sounds reasonable to me. So I have been shell-shocked by this response, says Kalra. I have been shell-shocked by this response because multiple visits is risky for both the customer, blah, blah, blah. It is risky for people within Delhi as well. I have attached here with the video of the dishwasher along with the sound. Plus, I have included the warranty, authenticity barcode et al. In my email. It is a humble request if you could please take this forward with appropriate authorities in India to ensure the service that Siemens is known for, not the kind I witnessed today morning. Now, unless Indian bacha is super scared of German daddy, is super scared that he is going to get the belt treatment, why the actual fuck would you file a defamation suit? Addressees also clearly instructed our client to replace a particular part and relied wholly and completely on your own analysis and diagnosis without providing a single opportunity to the technician of our client to analyze and check the product. Maybe reasonable, maybe unreasonable, could be, but then you are dealing with customers, middle class, normal customers. So, as I said, friends, it's the right of a customer to criticize a product that he buys. A product, whether it is a cheap product, whether it's a product that costs 25 rupees, 50 rupees, 100 rupees, or whether it's a costly product that costs 25,000 rupees, 2.5 lakh rupees, 2.5 crore rupees. A customer is a customer, and a customer has an intrinsic right to criticize. Because your product is out there being advertised, being endorsed by celebrities, it's a creature of public opinion. Public opinion can be bad, it can be good, it can be created, it can be destroyed. Public perception can be created and destroyed in various ways. But a company which has put itself out there with a few million consumers, customers, has absolutely no business to fight a critic, whether fair or unfair, to fight a critic by dragging him to court for defamation. I stand on this point alone as far as this case is concerned. Siemens and Bosch are multinationals. They can release videos, they can release advertisements, they have the power to carry out publicity campaigns, they can be advertised, they can be endorsed by celebrities like Amitabh Bachchan if they choose to, or Hollywood celebrities if they choose to. They do not need to sue a Suchir Kalra or a Reena Kalra. And if they sue Suchir Kalra and Reena Kalra, what they have done by suing them for defamation is they are bullying. They are a far more powerful party fighting against a far less powerful party, a mere middle class mother and son duo. The honorable thing to do is to punch up. You punch up at people who are more powerful than you. You do not punch down. You do not punch down at people who are less powerful, smaller people than you. For a multinational or the subsidiary of a multinational to punch down at an Indian ordinary simple middle class citizen, howsoever wrong or howsoever crazy, it's punching down. It's just plain shameful. It is absolutely shameful. It is ridiculous. It reduces the stature of Siemens and Bosch in the public perception. It is pathetic. It's just pathetic. Why is the Indian company, the subsidiary, so scared? Or why are the board of directors so scared of the parent company? As we say in Hindi, वो लोग कच्चे कान के हैं क्या? Do they believe everything they hear? I would be inclined to think that the parent company would listen to their subsidiary company rather than to a customer writing. So why such an overreaction? What is the cause for such a fearful reaction? Is this whole reaction really motivated by fear, or is the fear a show for the benefit of the judges? The fear, the shock, the dismay, all that is written. Is it for the benefit of the judges? And what we have here, is it what we call a SLAPP case, SLAPP, Strategic Lawsuit Against Public Participation, SLAPP. Look it up on Wikipedia. I'll tell you what a SLAPP case is. A SLAPP case is intended to intimidate a less powerful person, an opponent, by dragging him to court and making him fear that he will be sued for very high damages. Basically, he will be ruined. And because he is in so much fear, he ends up spending huge amount of mental energy worrying about the outcome of the case. The lawyers don't make it any easier. Senior counsels charge an arm and a leg, so they're just going to pay huge amounts of money just to defend themselves from a defamation case. They're going to have sleepless nights. Basically, in other words, this is a tactic. SLAPP case is a tactic for intimidating the customer who dared to speak out against them. And a customer who's criticizing you, who has a right to criticize whether legitimately or otherwise, you want to shut him down by filing a case that scares the crap out of him. I would say that's what this is. That's what it looks like. I'm Krish, the Urban Naxal. Jai Maharashtra, Jai Hind, Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan.